song is it?
Ghetto Boys?
I don't know what that song is.
Oh.
I don't listen to current rap music.
Damn, it feels good to be a
old.
gangsta. There you go.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. A real gangster-ass racial epithet plays his cards right. A real gangster-ass racial slur never runs his fucking mouth. Cause real gangster-ass racial slur don't start fights. And racial slur always got a high crap. Cap? Cap.
Read this exactly how you're talking.
Her hands all on my face. Bitch, pop that ass in the coop. That bitch got Lisa Leslie money. She ballin' Cheryl swoops. She keep rubbing her nose. I can tell she wanna snoop. That coke make my dick numb. She put it all in her glutes. Feel like Bishop from Juice. Gun all in my boot. Sayonara, feeling sauna. When I blast that ass with it. Ooze boop. Blast that ass with that ooze. Gotta hope to God it ain't you. Trap lord with about 10 Jeeps. No telling what I might do. I fucked your bitch, racial epithet, and she about to fuck my crew. She just finished with
12E.
12. That's a word? Okay. 12. That's how she off to loot.
So is that green thing?
Pussy ass racial slur wearing all black. Claim they off to shoot. I pray to God he ain't lying. My gorillas live in the zoo. I got killers with the deuce. Them tan boys my racial slur.
It's super funny. Oh, now you gotta get to the hook.
Oh jeez. I fucked your bitch, racial slur. I fucked your bitch. I fucked your bitch, racial slur. I fucked your bitch. Suck my dick, racial slur. Suck my dick. She sucked my dick, racial slur. She sucked my dick. Ride around town with about 100 racial slurs. When you see me coming around, don't try to run up on a racial slur. Popo, lay him down. Now you're 6 feet under, racial slur.
He's starting to like rapper.
If you flip some type of weight, let me see you dump, racial slur.
Oh my god. Who still has a fucking Uzi? Like, why would you have that?
That's not even a good gun.
No.
How often do you hotbox yourself in here, Kizzy?
With what?
farts?
Like farts?
Yeah.
In here? Never.
Often.
I'm not in the gym for that.
Have you ever tried to get on the ceiling?
Get on the ceiling?
Like, I mean, it's clearly,
go in there?
There's clearly like a roof and a retainer up there, and it doesn't look like the sprinkler system's all that plugged in that well. If you realize that's the one that's got a big hole in it.
And we could probably move those glass things. We could probably move those glass things and get in there.
Yeah. Oh, is that just a skylight?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that makes more sense.
Lights are off.
Which ones are the lights? Oh, just to the left there. I see that. If nothing else, we're getting pure good.
Oh, there we go.
Getting a lot of,
We did it.
we're getting a lot of B footage
We're getting a
here.
lot of great B-roll.
And we're
lot of
live.
it.
This is definitely not Mark Bell's power.
Oh yeah,
cast.
right. It's
This
the
is-
Iron
This
Cast.
is the Iron Cast. Let's get
Sorry,
back-
there's no power here. It's just why we don't even know how microphones fucking work. We're all iron all the time.
Yeah.
I'll bring in some clothes later to show you how ironed they are.
Jesus fuck. My name's Chrissy McHagney, and I own this dump.
Dump.
Woot woot. No,
I fucked your bitch, Negro.
no.
Oh wow.
I fucked your bitch.
You are so close to the microphone.
I know.
Stop. Anyways, who's this?
Who's where?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
The ginger Jew.
Doing our
I'm
what? We're doing our introductions again.
We're-
because this
See,
is going to be
the
the
first
this is going to be the
one.
intro
This is gonna
video.
be the
We already
intro.
did.
No,
No,
this is the
that was
first.
our pirate takeover.
Well, this is the first. This is our first episode. Welcome. My name's Chrissy McHagney.
Yeah, we've never done this before.
We've never done this before.
That's right. I've
Oh,
never
man.
been here in this room before.
This is our first one.
I'm so nervous.
Just to clarify, this
Yeah,
is definitely not.
is number one.
Let me clear everything up for our listeners at home and our coaching staff here. We have recorded God.
You dumb
Damn it. We have
Ironcast.
recorded
Well,
other podcasts.
You
What?
fucked up.
I know. We have recorded other podcasts. We didn't have any that were suitable as like an entry.
But we left them out in inclement weather. The rain oxidized them. Iron needs to be cared for.
All right.
Iron.
So the other ones
Everyone's already turned this
were
off.
rusted.
Nah, no one's gonna turn
Okay.
this off.
Lost them.
So yeah, this is episode 1. Just to be clear with my
There it
staff
is.
here.
Now episode 1.
This is episode 1.
And we promise it'll
My
be
name
better
is-
than the first
my
Star
name
Wars.
is-
Real talk. It's nice to finally meet you guys.
Right?
Alright.
Okay, so let's go down the line.
All right, start with
We'll go
Chrissy.
down the line.
Hi, I'm Chrissy. Okay,
Hello,
bye.
I'm Brian Michelson.
You need to be closer.
I was talking.
There is no distance away from the
Brian
microphone
Michelson.
that's going to satisfy you.
Next.
Drew Canavero.
Matt Aiken.
Hey, what do you guys think of the intro music?
Oh, yeah, that's what we need to talk about. I think we should.
What
like,
is the
I
intro
don't hear
music?
any.
We need to.
When did it happen?
Dun dun.
We need to do like lot. Dun, 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 dun,
How about we just
dun.
have this? Yeah, the SVU theme.
Dun, dun, dun,
Is
dun,
that
dun,
can we use that?
dun.
Is that allowed?
No, it's not allowed.
Yeah, that's backup, she's saying.
You have to move.
You can like hear your spit hitting the thing, and it's all like.
Do that
This is
again.
public radio.
Chrissy, do that again, just a little slower.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, you're disgusting, Chrissy.
Brian told me to do it.
Here we have on Fresh Air a half hour of listening to me moisten my mouth.
Stop that.
All right, wait.
That's really
Have
gross.
we started recording?
Yeah,
name
we're
is
people are
Ari
listening to
Shapiro.
this shit.
Eventually.
We're losing them.
But aren't we going to edit it later?
Everything's always unedited.
Okay, well then you need to introduce
Dude, it's
yourself
like
and the
BET Uncut.
Powercast.
Did you guys used to watch
This
that?
is definitely not Mark Bell's power.
Oh yeah,
cast.
right. It's
This
the
is-
Ironcast.
This is the Iron Cast. That's
Sorry, there's no power here. It's just why we don't even know how microphones fucking work. We're all iron all the time.
Yeah.
I'll bring in some clothes later to show you how ironed they are.
Jesus fuck. My name.
All
New
right.
and
Well,
improved.
do we want to just generally give them a rundown of how awesome we are and why they should listen?
Well,
They're not watching.
it's on the fucking thing. We're product.
Fucking
Not yet.
wish they
We're
were.
Not
gonna get
watching
smart
yet.
water out here, and then obviously I need more smart water.
Thank you, Smartwater, for being the receptacle for our tap water.
You make great bottles. I've only ever bought one, and I'm
bottle.
still on the 38th fill up.
What did
you,
we?
Truckee
Okay,
Number
what did we
1,
release the other day?
Kraken.
No, we released the Black Book.
Pandora's box.
We released the Kraken of Strength and Conditioning online literature.
Which is called the Black Book.
Yes.
And what is in the black book?
Mostly sluts' phone numbers.
Okay, Matt, we cannot be a podcast that subscribes to slut shaming, and can't say slut anymore.
Slut doesn't specifically mean male or female. I don't know why we can't
Could be
say
either.
dudes
so
are sluts.
if you buy the black book, you get a lot of phone numbers, and you also get some training.
You do get trained.
Mostly just the training.
Very few
very few phone
very few
numbers.
slut digits.
Yeah, no. None of those.
No, in the book we have kind of compiled our monthly CrossFit programming. That is a kind of collaborative committee effort from all the coaches here. So with a subscription to the Black Book, you'll be getting archive programming from Black Iron Gym in conjunction with, and Chrissy can probably elaborate on this more, powerlifting programming from John Stewart, correct?
Yes, powerlifting programming from John Stewart.
Is that all you want to elaborate on?
The John
The-
Stewart.
If you don't know who John Stewart is,
Not
there's a good chance
the
you're not
talk
going to want
show
to follow his
host.
programming.
John Stewart is our powerlifting coach at Black Iron Gym. He will be relocating here next month. He is very, very strong.
And also very Canadian.
Yes, very Canadian.
Super nice.
But we like
Very
that. We do
introverted.
like that.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't hold that against.
reads
No,
a
no,
lot
no,
of
no, no.
books.
I like his bald
reads
head.
a lot of books.
Do you like his bald head?
Yeah, and his cut off Nike shorts.
That was just a good idea.
With a nog piece that big, there's a lot of gray matter in there, and he puts it all to use.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, what you get is you get 30 days worth of programming. So you receive the book on the 1st every single month, and you have CrossFit, you have more advanced
Advanced CrossFit.
CrossFit, and then you have powerlifting, and then starting on February 1st, you will also have weightlifting. So if you've already bought Chapter 1, you will notice that the weightlifting is not in it. That is because it is going to be in Chapter 2.
Chapter 2.
So another thing about the product is that it doesn't stand alone, and that's another thing to keep in mind is that it's going to be a continuous book, if you will, chapters each month. So you're going to see like what we had a front squat strength cycle.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
For the standard CrossFit.
the standard CrossFit class was going through a 10-week front squat cycle.
Right. So the first 10 weeks of the book, which will be the first 2.5 chapters, will have the whole cycle.
Yeah.
So yeah, each chapter has 30 days worth of programming, and it's a continuous project.
Dang.
And we're wrapping up the final weeks of a muscle up emphasis
Progression.
cycle.
Yeah.
So after you
It's gonna be
finish the
rad.
front squat cycle, you'll get to enjoy.
Yeah,
what-
basically the first 5 months are split between the strength with front squat in your basic CrossFit, and then followed up by the muscle up.
And then Brian actually is the person behind the advanced CrossFit programming, which is more designed for the competitive
Aspiring
CrossFit or aspiring competitive
Yeah,
CrossFit, or
totally.
someone who just wants a little more challenge
Volume.
than standard gym programming would otherwise provide. So, Brian, do you want to kind of just take us
Sure.
through
Yeah.
that?
It's not in terms of being too much more elaborate, if you would, than just standard, day-to-day CrossFit programming. Drew had already touched on it. It's geared towards someone who is aspiring to be a competitor. If they follow the programming on a day-to-day basis, they will absolutely get stronger. They will absolutely get faster and just more fit in general. Or if it's someone who is just looking for maybe just a little more volume, or just maybe a little bit more of a challenge, that's what they'll receive with that program.
And to be clear, every chapter has all of these things in it. So if you were, say
Yeah.
you wanted to do, you're following the standard CrossFit, but on some days you feel like you want to up your volume, you could totally dip your toe into the advanced CrossFit section of that same week or day, and kind of play around with that if you're someone that's like on the fence.
Yeah, there was a little bit of confusion in the emails. There was people emailing asking which one they should buy. You get all of it.
Yeah, you get all of it.
$12 a month gets you it in its entirety.
As Matt Aiken would like to call it, you call it a what incendiary term?
It's a fire sale.
It's a fire sale.
Fire sale.
Fire.
Everything must go
F-I-R-E.
half off a double.
Half off
Fire.
a double.
Half off the double. Deal
And
of a
also
lifetime.
just to clarify, the advanced CrossFit is not like an extension of the standard. It's a totally different program.
Different program.
So
Yeah,
if you
very,
start the regular CrossFit and you're like, oh, let's add a little bit more, well, it's going to be an entirely different program.
That's true.
Yeah,
I was just
so
saying
just
that there
keep
might
that
be
in mind.
certain pieces you could.
Which
yeah, you
which
can
you
toss
could.
in, you can
It's
plug and play if you would. It's kind of
Yeah.
your journey. That's your journey.
It's your journey.
I think that's what makes the Black Book a really kind of enticing offer. Is really it's we went through the trouble to aggregate and compile the programming from 3 and what will soon be 4 separate and distinct programs that we run out of Black Iron Gym.
/ CrossFit
And
nearly.
That I think that from an athlete's perspective, or someone who's getting back into training, or someone who's been training for a long time, I think having all of that information readily at hand saves a lot of effort, helps kind of
absolutely.
avoid that decision fatigue, because there is a lot of information out there. There's a glut of information out there, and that's not to say that ours is the best or the only source of information that you should consult. But what we have done, we have a really talented coaching staff here. We have a lot of really intelligent people who work for us, and our programming reflects that. And it's really easy to use. It's really easy to interface with. And if you're someone who's been doing CrossFit for a long time, but you want to maybe try your hand at powerlifting, or vice versa, you'll have every month with a subscription really effective and cost-effective programming to suit that end. So.
Yeah.
Has anybody thought about this? But after a while, we're going to have the largest actual book in the world.
I think the Bible.
No, we're gonna
still-
beat it.
We're going to beat it. How many
Oh,
chapters
like-
are
like
in the
a
Bible?
bestseller.
That's
No,
what
no,
I'm
no,
saying.
No,
not
we're
best-selling.
like lengthwise.
But like, how large is the Bible?
That Game of Thrones shit will have us
Dude.
beat.
Nope.
In
Not
1 year,
eventually.
we're going to
We're
have
talking about-
52 chapters in 2 years.
Here's what I will say about the Game
Is
of
there a
Thrones
book
thing.
that has over 150 chapters?
War and Peace? Yeah.
Well, but I'm
I
just
think
saying, like,
that's kinda
eventually,
cool.
if we do this for the next, let's say, decade, we win.
We're going to have
It's a slow war of
5.
attrition, gentlemen.
Oh, I
We
have
don't give
another.
up.
I know another
chapters.
question people are going to have. People
Cool.
are going to, let's say somebody signs up April 1st because they didn't hear about it. And on April 1st, they sign up and they're like, oh my God, I fucking love this. I need to get my hands on the other chapters.
Right.
Ryan and I had this discussion of do we archive it and when you sign up, you get them all. And then we thought that's not fair to the people that have
Right.
been paying monthly. So what we're going to do is once we release the next chapter to our subscribers, we're going to put the previous chapter up for sale.
That's a
as
good
well,
idea.
For 15. So it's a little bit more. So that way people are still inclined to subscribe. So that way people can go back and buy previous chapters.
And do the individuals who purchase 6 or 12-month subscriptions, do they get access to the archives?
No, they'll need to go back and buy them individually. But what we can start doing is bundling them.
Yeah.
So for example, we can add a file. I can go on and write and each month when we bundle one, we can just increase the price. That makes sense?
I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Because that way anyone who signs up, it'll just be bundled for the previous couple months. So if someone signs up in June, at that point, there will be 5 months bundled.
Sounds like
So,
a
yeah,
good deal.
there will be-
If they want to go back and purchase that initial
Yeah,
5
if they
months.
want to. I mean, there's no absolute
Yeah.
need to, because it's the same as like if you were to come join our gym, you wouldn't go back
Sure.
and restart our programming. You would just start where we currently were.
Yeah.
But there are going to be people who want the previous. Another thing
Speed.
that's going to start happening before we release chapter 2 at the end of this month is we're going to be posting a YouTube video giving you guys info about what to expect in the coming chapter for that month. So you can get a little insight from the coaching staff, some tips and how to go about approaching it the best way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube.
That
we do have a
way-
YouTube. Let's plug that.
blackirongym.nv.com.
That's not a YouTube.
That's our website.
And that's also not the correct web address.
I added one too many dots, didn't I?
That's
Black dot, iron
that's
dot,
not
gym
our,
dot,
our
stop dot.
website address, Matthew.
blackirongymnv.com.
That's the website.
That's the website.
See, okay, so I found that one.
YouTube.com/blackirongym.
YouTube.com/blackirongym.
Why-
Gym
and
spelled
you can also watch this
GYM.
podcast there.
You could do that.
Quick question: why did the / never really find its place? Like I've noticed that like slash has been synonymous with backslash. Like we don't say back anymore because no one uses the /. Like why is that a thing?
I don't know.
Like why didn't it get a chance?
Steve Jobs.
I mean, but is it as cut and dry? Is it
Some things just
some
don't
man
get a chance,
decided
man.
that at the beginning with technology that there would only be backslashes in websites, and now there's no place in the world for the /.
there's
I
just-
have thought
there's
about
just-
this. I've seen.
/
Bringing it
Yeah.
back.
Hashtag bring it back.
Yeah.
When
Hashtag
you
the
use a
forward direction.
/,
Free /.
the backslash is not used in written English. It's only used in computing.
Okay, but then what's the point of the /?
This is a slash. Sometimes call the / to distinguish it from the backslash. Doesn't have a role in former English.
Informal.
Yeah.
It's just hanging on.
Yeah,
So
it's hanging
so
on.
we have a button on. Is it still on the computer?
It's like the
keyboard?
fifth wheel.
Yeah.
No. I mean, like, is it even on a keyboard
Yeah.
anymore?
Yeah, fool.
That's what I'm.
They haven't really
So
reinvented
now
the
wait
QWERTY keyboard.
This.
Chrissy's a good you Googleizer.
That's a /. I thought that was a backslash.
No, backslash is the angle where the low end is towards
So
the
you
front.
use a / whenever you're writing like without, like W-O.
Yeah.
That's a /
WO.
Wait, what?
That's a whoa. Now we're confusing forward and back.
I thought that was a backslash.
Which is a backslash?
I
Which
thought
one?
that was a backslash. That's a /.
That's the /.
Yeah.
What's a backslash?
Well,
the other
obviously
one.
facing the other.
Oh wait, so then why?
High end,
High quality.
high to
content.
low, shoots and ladders. We're going to call
High
that shoot.
high to low is the /.
Yeah,
Wait a
the
second.
shoot.
Now I'm. This is all fucking.
That's wrong. She's on the wrong internet, guys.
I'm
In the meantime, youtube.com /Black Iron Gym.
Just go to YouTube and just search Black Iron Gym.
Yeah, that's the best way to
Or
go.
you can go to gum.co. I'm just going to say /
Gum, G,
Yeah, like Gumroad.
gum. Okay.
Gum.co.
I just wanted to make sure it was,
Yeah.
you weren't, you didn't,
Let's not go there.
Everyone just always fucking questions everything I do.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just about clarification. I think we all just need to take a deep breath.
I mean,
All right,
somebody's
so
computer maybe.
beyond the Black Book and
beyond the Black Book.
Beyond the
That's going to be our documentary.
Beyond the Black Book.
No affiliation with Beyond the Whiteboard.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, they would so sue us for
I
that.
mean,
They would definitely
porn channel.
no, I'm trying
Beyond
to
the
move
Black
on
Book
to the next.
with
Just-
Chrissy May Cagney
Well, I think
and company.
why we were discussing the YouTube channel is that every month prior to the release
Right.
of the next month
yeah,
of
yeah.
a program for the subscription, there will be a video prologue to that chapter.
Correct.
That discusses the next 4 weeks in more detail, giving you some insight that we gathered as coaches into how our clients responded to the programming, and as well as some coaching and when appropriate some modifications and scaling options, which is something that we've seen a lot with this most recent cycle, the muscle up, that will be included as part of that kind of video prologue to kind of help assist you through the programming.
right.
Yeah.
And that way you can also see how attractive our coaching staff is as well.
Yes.
Versus
Yeah.
just like listening to us.
Very.
You'll get to see our bodies move.
Our
'Cause I bet we
well-honed,
sound pretty
attractive
sexy.
coaching staff.
I bet we sound sexy.
Well, yeah.
Could
Yeah.
you only imagine hearing us and then seeing us?
You know, I got told once that I had a voice
Sploosh.
for radio and a face for nowhere. And I don't know if that's not true, but it feels pretty right. I feel right, Brian. I feel right.
So other than just the Black Book coming up on the Ironcast, we have you guys, the three of
Yeah,
you.
again.
So once
Surprise.
a month, the coaching staff is going to be taking over the podcast, and I don't chime in.
It's called the Pirate Iron Takeover. The Iron Pirates.
It will also be
the Iron Pirates.
It will also be, I think, when we actually have more data to look at. I think we'll be consistently our lower ranked podcast.
Nah,
in
I think
terms
it's
of
gonna be
Maybe.
off the
No
terms of
way,
listenership.
it was pretty funny.
We just got to find ways to
People still
spice it up,
listen.
boys.
Oh yeah,
We just got to find ways.
Iron Pirates.
Like maybe we
Check
could
us
film it
out
with
on
our
the
shirts
internet.
and who else do we have? We had Tony Montgomery, Desiree Morgan, Monet Bland, Kristen Pope, Jesse Anderson
Yep.
have all been guests so far.
So far.
Pre-recorded. That we're going to start releasing them right after you guys listen to this
We had
one.
another one, didn't we?
Oh, I don't think so.
If I haven't seen it or heard it, it's new
We
to
have
me.
we've got Katie and Rory coming at the end of the month.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Well, do you want to clarify last names, or are we just going to assume
Yeah.
that it's
No,
Kate
they'll
Hudson and
know.
Roy
They're
McIlroy?
following the Iron Cast. They know who the fuck we're talking about.
Iron Pirate Cast.
Iron Pirates, man.
Pyron,
Pyron cast.
Pyroncast,
Pyron
Iron
cast.
Cast.
portmanteaus all day.
But basically, I just want to take it down for a minute, you know? Let everybody know that we're here for a good time. And we're going
Not
to
a
be here
long
for a
time.
long time. And it's always going to be the right time. Stick with us.
Are we ending it there? I waited. I was like, does this mean we're done?
It's like we're going to commercial
sign-off?
break.
It was a fucking
it
sick
would've been.
sign-off, yeah.
Let's play Would You Rather.
Oh.
Should I ask the one?
No.
We gotta save it for the right moment.
No,
No,
there's
apparently-
no right moment for that question.
I don't know which one they're referring to.
Yeah, well, she
not go with it.
She
It's
asked
very
me, and it was,
inappropriate.
I'm okay with living and not knowing. Let's move on.
You'll learn some about yourself, and it won't be a pleasant truth.
Here's the thing. I don't know what it says about me for thinking it up.
Not good things.
I'm already afraid to play Would You Rather with you guys anyways.
You
I'm
guys-
just gonna leave
you
it
guys
at
think
that.
are really
so
messed up
I'm gonna
stuff.
abstain from this conversation if we talk about
Well, I
this.
still think one of my favorite questions is: Would you rather live with 1,000 kittens or murder 1,000 kittens?
Oh man.
You would think
Well,
of this.
I would-
think about how much it would cost to fucking feed them.
Here's the
I'd
thing.
rather murder
I would
them.
have to murder them only because, well, not only, but mainly because I'm allergic to cats.
But here's the real
And
thing.
also, I
Are they
hate
going to
them.
stay kittens forever? Because you don't want 1,000
No.
fucking cats. You could probably live with 1,000 kittens. You know
They're
what I
gonna
mean?
turn into cats.
They're
Okay,
the
well,
worst
here's
things
the,
on the planet.
do I own a farm?
They're the worst things on the planet.
You live in
Matt,
just a
Your
house.
answer should already have been made.
Can I kill them as they transition to cats?
Ooh.
Yeah, there's
can
no
kill them
timeline on
whenever.
how you kill them.
Yeah.
Are we?
Can we pick
God,
the
people are
first
gonna
10 to
hate us.
go?
You have to do it by hand. You can't like drown them.
We've just
That
lost
doesn't
all
really
or you
of
can't
our
like put them in the
listeners.
microwave.
What if I drown them by hand, one by one?
That's fine. but
Just-
you can't like
just hold
you
it
can't
under the
like
water
you can't
till
like
it's
throw
time.
you can't
You're
like
gonna get a
throw
lot of
40 of them in
scratches
a
on your
bag.
arm,
You
bro.
can't like throw
Lot of
40 of them
scratches.
in a bag and throw them off a cliff.
I don't care. they're all dead. My allergies would be out of control.
One at a time.
They would kill me
My
before
sinuses
I killed them.
I just can't imagine living with 1,000 kittens. With my sinus issues, it would just not. It just wouldn't be. Oh God, it would not be a good thing. And as remiss as I am to have to just murder 1,000 kittens to
I think that's
This is Mort Goldstein coming to you live.
it's just not. No, it,
Terminator.
It inflames my sciatica.
your sciatica and your septum are
So
related.
it's an agreement. Everybody would kill the cats.
Yes.
I
haven't
would.
decided entirely.
Absolutely.
I think if we look at this,
Think of how much it would fucking cost you to feed them.
I would.
don't
I
give a
would.
shit.
I
I
would.
just
I
don't
would.
like
Here's what I would
cats.
do: is I would kill like 10 a day until I was left with the 10 that I enjoyed their company.
No.
yeah, I bet you could get away with that.
Would you rather live with 1,000 kids or kill 1,000 kids?
Okay. On a side note, did you guys see the new Blue Mountain State movie trailer?
Oh, dude, Thadland,
I
I'm
look
fucking pumped.
I'm so stoked for that.
And
man.
we changed the subject.
I got a bro
Sweet.
boner.
Speaking of boners, we saw The Revenant last night.
Oh, was it good?
No.
Yeah. I loved it.
No.
I loved
The
it.
Why wasn't
first.
it good,
The first. I will say.
It was too artsy.
I will
I
say
feel like
this.
he's getting to the point where he's trying too hard.
I will say
It's
this.
obvious.
That
Leo?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm talking about Tom.
No, the
Yeah.
Tom Hardy's performance was amazing.
Yeah.
Oscar worthy.
Okay,
The direction, the cinematography,
It was a great movie.
beautiful film.
Well,
I remember Chrissy insisted that I watch Tree of Life, and this is essentially Tree of Life
with
in the
some
tundra.
gore. Yeah. So it's basically just to survive. You felt like you were watching Tree of Life, and
Which
Tom
I still don't
Hanks,
know what it's
and
about.
Tom Hanks in The Castaway. It was definitely a survival film. It was Leo crawling around through the snow for a long time.
Okay, so here's another question then. Do you think that actors are taking roles with Leo now because they know everyone but Leo in the movie will get an Oscar?
Absolutely.
Maybe.
Do you think that that's become such a thing? At this
Leo
point
has
where-
become the cinematic version of your fat girlfriend who makes you look better in comparison.
Of your
She's the
wingman?
cinematic. She's the like of that whole movie. Good Luck, Chuck, with Dane Cook, where he's the guy that everybody dates right before they can find
Right,
their
right
true
before
love
they-
and get married.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Oh, God, I never
until you do a movie with Leo DiCaprio, you won't win an Oscar. But everybody that once you've done it, you're
we
gonna
could
get
look
an Oscar.
this up. We should look up his last like 10 films
Where-
and see how many people
Other than him,
other than him won Oscars
because he hasn't
for their
won one.
appearance in that film. Is it? I mean,
Well, I mean,
I want to say it's hyperbolic, but it may be close.
it's there's a lot.
I'm sure there's a handful.
I'm sure there's
I,
more.
I think it's more than 50%. Because he's been nominated, what, 3-4 times
Well,
now?
that just depends on how big your hands
always the bridesmaid. Never
He's the
bride.
bridesmaid, man. He's the consummate bridesmaid. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? You look at that. You look at his body of work, and at the end
His
of the
man body of work.
at the end of the
Dad
day,
body.
at the end of the day, him and Katherine Heigl have the same number of Oscars.
That is rough skis, bro.
At the end of the day,
I don't think
him and
come
Katherine
on,
Heigl
you
have
can't
the
do that.
same
But they
number
don't
of
have the same.
Oscars.
But they don't have the same number of nominations.
If rings are the measure of a player,
Oh, yeah,
right?
that's
If
rough.
rings are the measure of player, of championships are what hey,
where they rank it throughout history, I
think
get
that's
your
a dumb
point.
way
I get your
to
point. but
rank
It's
that.
like
I'm not saying it's not a dumb way, right? I'm just saying I think he will eventually get it, and I think it'll
for the worst film he's ever done.
Exactly, it's like Scorsese, right?
Yeah.
What did they give Scorsese?
Is that just ill timing from other
W?
people?
It was not one of his good films.
No, it wasn't one of his good films. It wasn't for Gangs of New York, which it should have been.
Gangs of New York was a good movie. Also, Leo in that movie.
Yep. Daniel Day won.
Daniel Day did win.
Daniel Day won.
There you go. If you look at it, Leo's been in a lot of movies where someone else won an Oscar.
Right.
Yep.
That's
Well,
nuts.
I
I bet someone's
enjoyed it.
done the metrics on this, and you could find it.
Inception. Who did anyone win a Best Supporting in that?
I don't know if anybody won, but I do believe
Tom got nominated, didn't he?
But also in Inception, I didn't one of the other things win an Oscar? Not director
Yeah,
or writer,
the,
but
The,
maybe screenplay
and the
Screenplay.
music.
Screenplay.
Yes.
The
And
music.
score.
and music. Yeah, see, so there was Oscars for Inception, and he was
Yeah.
in that film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Titanic, bunch of Oscars went out to that
Everything,
movie.
Yeah, even Kate Winslet won an Oscar. for
Fucking
that.
everybody wins an Oscar but him in that movie.
Yeah.
I think Bill Paxton got nominated for his role.
Attaboy Bill. Attaboy Bill.
Bill had exactly 10 lines and nailed them in that movie. Just like Vertical Limit.
Oh, is that the movie with one of the O'Donnell brothers?
Yeah, with Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell,
And he's going up the mountain to save his sister.
Oh yeah, that's
on K2.
On K2.
On K2, yeah. And Bill Paxton plays a Texas billionaire, a la the guy who owns Virgin Airlines. Very similar.
Well, Richard Branson is not Texan.
Oh yeah, he's Australian.
Not even close.
My bad. You get my point, though. He plays that style of person, like larger than life, owns an airline, owns a telecommunications company. Like he's the same style of person.
Got it.
And like he has hobbies that he's mastered because he has so much fucking money.
I'd probably put him more in line with like a Sheldon Adelson or a Foster Freezer. Who's the energy tycoon, right? The oil man who's now the natural gas man.
Yeah, because he does do oil as well. He does do oil as well in that movie.
He was one of the guys who funded that Swift boat.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now.
God, why is his
So,
name
in
escaping
case any of our listeners or viewers didn't know, not only is the Ironcast going to be talking about, working out
between
and
Matt
fitness
and Drew,
things,
I think we know everything about every
but
movie
we are
ever.
also movie critics
Yeah.
as
Matt
well.
watches a lot of movies.
He
Matt,
does.
I mean, what was
I
when you were living in
logged the man hours.
you
He
were
does
living in
watch
LA? How many
movies.
movies a week were you watching?
I mean, if you're talking about in the theater, I would go see. There was a time when I was living in LA for about 18 months there where I saw anything that went into theaters, and that included like art house films, like at like little. There's a Sunset 5 right next to where I worked at a Crunch Gym, by the way. Don't
Fitness.
ever work for Crunch Gym.
Don't
Okay,
ever
we
even
might have
go
to.
there.
Can we? No, no. We
Nah, man,
we can probably keep that in.
There was a class action lawsuit that I was a part of because of them and wages, dude. I'm not gonna talk about that. I didn't even know I was a part of it though. I found out later when they gave me $1,000 back. Anyways, I know, right? Got a check in the mail and I was like, oh, I was in a lawsuit.
I
Yay.
love money.
But my point is, there was an art house type of theater right next to it. So I mean, I saw things that were going into only getting released at like Cannes or fucking
Film festival.
film
Sundance
festival
and
movies.
shit.
It was good. It was cool, man. Like that was like the only thing I liked about living in LA was that like how readily available all new movies and like emerging movies were.
So what was the number?
Well, that's
Was
neat.
the question.
In 18 months,
How many times a week on average?
on average, at least 3 movies a week.
There you go.
Wow.
And I mean, that's not including what I had at home. There was a number of movies that we, like between different friends, we were always getting movies. So we had like probably 500 different films that we had at our house.
Nice.
T-Boone Pickens.
T-Boone Pickens, that's what it was.
T-Boone
I
Pickens.
kept wanting to say J.R. Simplot, but he's the potato guy in Idaho, and I couldn't
Yeah.
I couldn't get J.R. Simplot out of my head.
Pickens.
T-Boone Pickens.
I want potatoes.
Anyways, back to Vertical
Anyways,
Limit.
but-
Oh, sorry. Back to the Black Book.
Leo's been nominated for 3 Best Actors.
Who has Leo?
Yeah.
3 best
Blood
actors.
Diamond, Aviator, Wolf of Wall Street.
And Wolf of
And
Wall
probably either Everett.
and Wolf of Wall Street won Oscars.
Yeah.
Blood Diamond had
They won
Oscar
Oscars,
ones,
yeah.
and so did The Aviator.
Blood Diamond was
Yeah,
a great
but he
movie.
didn't.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like
Even
if-
Jonah
I
got
thought
nominated.
not
in
Shutter
Wolf of Wall
Island.
But Shutter Island was nominated, not him for
Right.
it.
I
Shutter,
thought that
Shutter
movie was
Island in
terrible.
there. I know, but it was in there for like
terrible movie.
for like filming or some shit.
Yeah.
So if he gets nominated again, he will tie Warren Beatty, Charles Boyer, Michael Caine, Albert Finney,
Michael
Burt Lancaster, and Denzel Washington.
Michael
for
Caine.
nominations.
Michael Caine.
But no.
Michael Caine.
She was
Denzel doesn't
15
have a-
years
There's
old.
only been a couple people that have won multiple.
Well,
Obviously, Daniel Day-Lewis.
He's won 3
yeah,
times.
Tim Tebow.
Marlon Brando twice.
Sorry, that's the Heisman.
These are 2 firsts.
Same thing.
Marlon Brando.
About as hard to get.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Of course, Tom Hanks has won multiple. I mean, but nobody remembers The Bachelors.
What was it? Bosom
don't
Buddies?
forget.
There's Bosom Buddies.
Yeah.
Bachelor Party. There's Splash.
Joe versus the volcano.
There's Turner and Hooch.
Oh, that was a great film, though.
But we're talking about this plethora of films that Tom Hanks made that were just
Okay, you know what? If you're gonna start throwing Turner and Hooch on it, you're also throwing my man Judd T. Nelson under the bus too.
I'm just saying Turner and Hooch was actually one of the better of that list that we just gave.
It's a solid film.
But
Solid
like
film.
you think about it, like Tom Hanks really turned his career around. Like he was going down a dark path.
I think it was League of Their Own that did it because that came out shortly after Turner and Hooch. I think.
Yeah,
League of
League of Their Own.
92.
Phenomenal film.
Oh, that grateful. That won an Oscar.
Do you want to
Is
see
that
it back
where-
on
is that
track?
where
We
he
can
was?
get back on track. Let's focus.
We're cutting all this out.
Oh, of course
So
we
you
are.
guys know.
I just assumed this was for
This
us.
is the good stuff.
This is the
This
B
is
footage.
not going to be in our first ever because nobody's going to listen.
No.
Listen to poop stories.
What?
Listen to poop stories.
Yeah,
Scat-
I don't know.
But
I
I
think
think
I'd rather
for-
listen to poop stories and digging fart jokes than movie talk.
Well, there's
Yeah.
8 million people in LA would disagree. They read the
But
dailies.
I'm also really.
We should have stopped it right after I said the. Like, you should just cut it there. That's where
Yeah.
it should end.
You want to?
Yeah, let's wrap this up, guys. Just closing thoughts. Thoughts?
Closing thoughts.
Great. I made them speechless.
I'm gonna need a penny for those.
But wouldn't it be better if you got nickels?
True.
Yeah.
Nickel for your thoughts. What
I
if
always thought
I
penny
gave-
for your thoughts was pretty fucking cheap. Like, I mean, I went to college. You owe me a lot more than a fucking penny for what I'm thinking about.
Well, for John, it's I think it's is it a loony or is it a toonie?
Toonie.
Toonie for your thoughts.
You got Looney and Toonie.
Loony.
One
Oh,
of it,
I'll
too.
give you both.
Is that Canadian?
Yeah.
I feel like at some point, never mind. We'll get to that another day. What I want you guys to know from all of us here at the Ironcast is that I'm Matt Aiken. That's Drew Canavero, Brian Michelson, and Chrissy May Cagney. And we just want you to tell you to buy our shit and go fuck yourself. Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.